Kyle Graham, and this is my public speaking assignment on facts about my favorite superheroes, starting with my number one favorite, which is Batman, who was first added in comics in 1931, Batman Detective Comic number 27. Batman's real name is Bruce Wayne, who's a billionaire who got all his money from his dad, Thomas Wayne. After his death outside a theater, he got out, and now he fights crime in Gotham City with his sidekick Robin. Robin later becomes his own superhero known as Nightwing. They have three different vehicles: the Batwing, the Batmobile, the Batboat. Their bigger and most famous villain is the Joker, who is a serial killer clown who loves messing with Batman. Batman's main weapon is his advanced gear and technology that goes with his advanced fighting skills. Why Batman is such a strong fighter is because he was trained by the League of Assassins. He has three famous movies in the last 5 years, and will be a movie with Superman in 2015. You put all these together and you get a pretty awesome superhero. My number two on my list is a funnier and is from a different comic book company, which is Marvel. Wade Winston Wilson, also known as Deadpool. He was created in 1997 in X-Men Comics. He was created with Wolverine's healing factor. They called it Project 11, where he was taken and they did tests on him to cure his cancer, which in the end made him crazy and covered his body in the cancer. The coolest part about him is he can break the fourth wall, which means he can talk to the reader because he is so crazy, is what makes him funny to me. And he can't die with his healing factor. He's considered an anti-hero because he works for money, which is how he got the name Merc with the Mouth. He doesn't stop talking, and he's a mercenary, pretty much. Where he started becoming popular was after he was created in a video game. He teamed up with some amazing people with the X-Men, and because he's crazy, you'll never know what he might do, which is why he's so powerful. Myself, I have a lot of his comic books, his video game, a hoodie, and which is why Deadpool is my second favorite superhero. Number three is The Flash, a DC comic book superhero invented in the 1940s. His name is Barry Allen, who was a police officer who got into a particle accelerator accident, which gave him super speed. His powers are one of my favorite. He can think at the speed of light and run at the speed of light, which makes him really smart. Most recent activities, he was in a TV show called Arrow, which focuses mainly on the Green Arrow. His next major thing, he will be featured in his own TV show. And he's in the Justice League, so he fights alongside Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. The best thing that he does is he helps normal people with their problems, like fixing the car in like half a second. The Flash has been passed on a few times. The most famous one after Barry Allen is Wally West. The only person close to being as fast as Flash is Superman. This is why he's my number three, and I can't wait till he gets his own movie. Number four on my list is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite growing up. Spider-Man's real name is Peter Parker. After he got bit by a radioactive spider, this gave him the ability to shoot webs out of Spider-Man's hands and climb walls. He also has super reflexes, super strength, which makes him really cool. Spider-Man is a nerdy kid who, after the death of his uncle, he wanted to fight crime so that it wouldn't happen to other people. His most famous supervillain is the Green Goblin, which was his best friend's dad, who got super strength and went crazy. Spider-Man has been about 5 major movies, and one is coming out sometime in 2014. Spider-Man has defeated some pretty tough villains. He was featured in the Avengers comics, but he couldn't be put in a movie because he was bought out by Sony the early 2000s. And my last superhero, Captain America, is my last favorite superhero, but not my least. Captain America's comics were first made during World War II. He later was taken over by Marvel Comics. His real name is Steve Rogers, and he was taken as a soldier and done tests on, which gave him superhuman powers. He could run long distances, had super reflexes. After being frozen for 80 years in ice, Captain America was saved by S.H.I.E.L.D., a group like CIA for comics. Then he became the leader of the Avengers, where he fought alongside Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Iron Man, Thor. He became a well-known leader, helping save the world many times. His main villain is the Red Skull, who was the leader of Hydra, which was a group that worked for the Nazis in World War II. Captain America is also having a second movie this April, where he fights his old sidekick, the Winter Soldier. In conclusion, these are just a few of my favorite superheroes, and they change often. Thanks for your time and listening to my public speaking assignment.